Hello, Mrs. Laurence Guérin. In preparation for your presentation at the 2021 UNESCO DCMÉT Chair Symposium, thank you for participating in this interview. First of all, please tell us about yourself.
My name is Laurence Guérin, and I'm working as a head of a research group in the Hague University of Applied Science. And the focus of my research is global citizenship. And I'm also working in vocational education as a head of research group. And I'm focusing on citizenship more, not specifically global citizenship. And I'm French. I'm living since 20 years in the Netherlands. And I've been living always abroad since I'm a little child. So I have quite an experience of living, actually have a lot of friends with different nationalities and different backgrounds and different views on what is a good life. And I did my study in business, and I've worked in the pharma industry, but I was feeling that I was not really connected with my work. So when I arrived in the Netherlands, I started studying 17 years ago, and I started to get more and more interesting in sustainable development, and especially learning for sustainable development and citizenship. So it was just like Obelix, who was falling into the potion magique. And then I started a PhD on citizenship education.
Great, thank you very much. What are your concerns right now about your country or region?
My concerns are the lack of direct democracy. So actually how we can use more the wisdom of the crowd, and how we can empower citizens in order for them to be able to set the political agenda, to contribute to decision making and discuss together on societal issues that are relevant. And what I see in the kind of research I'm doing in the vocational education is that youth is, there is like a big difference between what politicians want and do and what youth want and do, and what they belong, well, what they would like, what their preoccupations are. And I think it would be good to have the youth more implicated in what's happening. But when we ask our students why they don't participate, why they don't go to vote, or then they say, well, my voice doesn't matter and I will not make a difference. So I think this is something we have to work on it.
Thank you very much. And what are your current sources of inspiration?
Well, my current source of inspiration is Ellen Landemore and her last book on open democracy. In my PhD, I have looked at deliberative democracy and how you can implement it and translate it in primary and secondary school. And Landemore, I used her in my PhD, but she wrote a book on open democracy, and I really like her way of thinking about how we can actually have a more direct democracy, kind of democracy. And I liked her, well, she's a kind of thought-provocative person. And what I like is at the same time, she's theoretically very well informed, and she's really, she has a kind of humility that I like. And at the same time, she's very engaged. She has been working on the revision of the constitution in Iceland in 2012. She has been working and asked to help with the la Convention citoyenne pour le climat in France. Well, both were a kind of failure because at the end the politics decide, and then it's like what the citizens have developed and actually not only developed but asked to put in place is not really taken into consideration. So it's kind of demotivating, but I think the work that has been done to understand how citizens, big groups of citizens, can have a voice and can design a new constitution, or can design some articles. Well, it was 149 actually, not articles, but proposition. Well, this is something we can learn from, but I think politics have work to do, and to empower more citizens, but also to let their power, well, to let it go a little bit. So she's a very big source of inspiration.
Thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank you very much, Laurence Guérin, for this interview. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Andre.